The next question here is, what are your thoughts on burials versus cremation? What should we do with the physical body once a person has transitions? Do we connect with or through those physical bodies once we depart? I think that's an excellent question. Keymakers, you got something on that? What's your personal preference? Like, because I actually think I've been thinking about, this in the future. What are they going to do with you?
I would just simply go with what is in the Vedic culture, naturally coming from that ancestral background. And it's always been a cremation, because you are burning up the entire corpse, and it's also part of the letting go process. It's a very hygienic process. And everything in the Vedic culture is based on ahimsa, non-violence. So you're not putting a dead corpse into the earth that other insects and animals are then going to eat, which is causing ahimsa to them. And then that earth is going to be used to grow something else on. And so it's just a very clean process of burning the corpse and letting go. So that's my take on it. I'll keep it short.
Yes, that, man, so beautiful. I was going to say this too, is that there's also an option too. They have this where you can be buried like in a pot to be
but nobody can afford that though. Nobody. That was my next one too. Of course, I would love to be a tree, but I think that was a little expensive. I don't think the family's going. You need to have land and everything. I just don't want to be a tree in New York. You know what I mean? Like they just put me down. But for sure, pod burial, I think is going to rank at least number one up in here. But I just, I have my questions. What else you got, Paige? If no pod, what do you want them to do with it?
Sister Neva said it perfectly. Now we just gonna have to, cremate it.
Do whatever you can afford.
Yeah, whatever you can afford.
Yeah, personal preference as well. Down to what the person feels called to, if that means scattering the ashes in the sea or on a bench that they've spent their whole life, or maybe not the whole life, but these places that carry vibrational resonance with that person. You don't necessarily need to go to a site to feel that connection to that being, because that being's everywhere. That being's inside of you. That vibration's inside of you. But if that person's wish is to leave that kind of streak across the earth as they leave in a particular way, then I think it's important to honor that person. But if it's your choice and you're doing it for somebody else, again, this is what this platform opens up, with everyone sharing their I haven't made my choice on that one yet.
Clearly.
So
and not to mention when you do leave, do you really have the choice? It's like if they decide, well, that one's 5,000 and that one's 8,000. This is not hard. He didn't leave any money. But definitely an interesting question. I guess some are asking, does it matter edgewise, whether they cremate you, whether they, the latest one when I saw that, I was like, okay, that may be something I want to do, is they made like a sarcophagus of some type and they dropped it into the ocean. And then the person is now in the bottom of the ocean. You're super wealthy though. So, you got to pay for all that. But, just another way to go. Like, and does it really matter? I guess we'll find out, won't we? It's like, later on in life, afterlife, you'd be like, yo, you did that cremation, didn't you? No, I'm joking. So anyway, I guess that, just to break the ice in today. And also remember that, comedy is one of the best conduits of transferring the frequencies and breaking things into still bite-sized morsels of our awareness in this time that we're in, to not get too serious about the creation, but to also be on point with the choices that we're making.